Now let's go to question 12. Here we have a rectangle. The length of the rectangle is x, and the width is x minus 15. So it's not to scale. The area of the rectangle, which is length times width, is x times x minus 15. And the area is equal to 76. So distributing that, we'll get x squared minus 15x equals 76. Next, we'll say to ourselves, this is a quadratic situation. Anything that is a variation of y equals x squared, once there's just the x squared, you can get everything on one side equal to 0. So for us, that just means moving the 76 over. So x squared minus 15x minus 76 equals 0. And now we can do BC factoring. And you can pause this video if you want a longer explanation for how to factor BC versus AC factoring, BC versus ABC factoring. But here we have numbers in the B and the C spot. So we're doing BC factoring, where we're looking for two numbers that add to B and multiply to C. So for us, we need two numbers that add to negative 15 and multiply to negative 76. And so first, let's start with the signs. Our numbers multiply to a negative number. That means there are two numbers with opposite signs, a positive and a negative, negative and a positive. And out of those two numbers that are going to have the opposite signs, they add to a negative as well, which means that whichever number has the bigger magnitude, the bigger looking number, that one is the negative one. So now we'll take the 76 and try to figure out what combination of numbers does this. So divide it by 1, divide it by 2. And on my calculator, dividing it by 3, it doesn't divide. By 4, it's 4 times 19. And that'll be our set of numbers, because it'll be 19 minus 4 gets you 15. But actually, the sign needs to be the other way around. It needs to be 4 minus 19 to get you negative 15. So in BC factoring, when you find your two numbers, you're pretty much done. You just lay them out that way. X minus 19, x plus 4 equals 0. Now you have the zero product rule, which says that if these two parentheses multiply to 0, then either one of them can be set equal to 0. So you do x minus 19 is 0, x plus 4 is 0, and then you get your two answers. Add 19 to both sides here, take away 4 from both sides here, you get negative 4. And so we're going to ignore the negative because we're in geometry where you're never going to have such thing as a negative length. So now we know that x is 19. Were they asking us for x? Yes, they were. And so that's our answer here, B.